we start this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel and my YouTube videos. It would be simply lovely to do that to make the channel bigger and better than ever. Hello guys, and welcome to a new episode in Football Show. As today I'm going to talk about some transfer news. I'm also gonna talk about today's Premier League game between West Ham and Chelsea. And finally, if there is enough time, I'm gonna make my predictions for the, a lot of European leagues. Let's say that. So, let's get started. Let's start with the transfer news first. As Eberechi is gonna join Arsenal, not Tottenham. Considering for the way it went most of the time. For the way it went for most of the time, it looked like he was going to join Tottenham and not Arsenal. But in the end, Arsenal, because of the injury news came out from Kai Havertz, who suffered a new knee injury. It led to Arsenal making that decision, and quickly as that. They hijacked the deal. They talked with Eberechi and Crystal Palace, and they agreed very quickly. And now here we go on Fabrizio Romano. But yeah, wow. I think Arsenal fans should thank Kai Havertz's injury for that, because I don't think I think that them signing Eberechi was because of it was the Kai Havertz injury. The Kai Havertz injury was a huge part, but they were also interested in Eberechi before the Kai Havertz injury. So let's not act like they came out of nowhere. But most of the time it looked like he was going to sign for Tottenham. He agreed on personal terms to join Tottenham. Tottenham offered more wages, but Tottenham will probably dilly-dallying, and Arsenal got it very quickly, and they got their man, Eberechi. Tottenham once again they effed it up. You can clearly see the curses back of Tottenham. Sorry to say this, but since the Europa League final where they won it, and you think okay, the curse is lifted. The curse is back on. The curse is back on. They had the Gibbs White saga. Should have signed him. They even had the "Here we go" message. Everybody when they have a "Here we go" message, they sign the player. The player goes. But that didn't happen. They were 2-0 up against PSG in the Super Cup final. They threw it away. They were winning on penalty shootout. They throw it away. And now they were gonna sign Eberechi. 95% of the world thought they were gonna sign Eberechi, and they effed it up again. This is typical Tottenham. And the guy who I feel sorry for is Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank, because again he's another manager, another Tottenham manager, just like Conte, just like Ange Postecoglou, just like Mourinho, etc. He's being let down by the club, being let down by Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy, that guy's a clown. Let's be honest, he's a clown. The guy only cares about business and money, etc. And Mourinho was right, I think, months ago when he said when Tottenham won the Europa League, he said for Mr. Levy, it's great because of lots of money, lots of Champions League money, and he's completely right. Let's not forget, Tottenham don't have PSR problems. They don't have PSR problems. They could spend another £300 million and they don't have enough PSR problems. But the way they're acting, the way they go about their business, it takes ages. They act like they have PSR problems. They act like they have they have limited. They have a low budget. The way the club they're acting, they act like a team that has low budget when actually they have a high budget, a good budget, a high budget to sign players. But their guy, or their clown, I should say, doesn't do the job well for them, and that's Daniel Levy. And And Tottenham, like, they've had a couple of players rejected. I mean, yes, they signed Mohamed Kudus, good signing. They signed Paulinho, who I thought did amazing well against PSG, and a good signing for Tottenham. Um, especially they since the Madison injury came out, so Tottenham really needed a player, a caliber like Eberechi, and Tottenham left it up again. I mean, that players rejected like Antoine Semenyo, Javi Simons, who most likely will go to Chelsea, Brian Mbuemo, Morgan Gibbs White, we all know, and now Eberechi. I mean, it's similar to Newcastle, isn't it? But yeah, Tottenham left it up again. But in terms of Arsenal, that's a quality signing, top quality signing. Eberechi is a very good player. He can play in the left. Odegaard will play in the centre attacking midfielders. I have to know that. I don't think Arteta's going to drop him. Saka's going to play right hand side. And I think that's what Arteta want. I think they brought Eberechi to play in the left because you look at that left side, you've got Trossard, who is okay, he's good, but is he consistently enough? No, in my opinion. He's very good, but I don't think he's consistently enough. He doesn't deliver like game in, game out. Martinelli, for the last 2 years or 18 months, his form have dropped off of a cliff. I don't know what's happened to him, right? But Wake I think they brought him in for a kind of to have options in attack because last season they Arsenal lacked options in attack. I think they brought him in to have options in attack. I think he can play in the left side, he can play in the right side. Sorry. So even though I still don't agree with the signing, I also understand why they brought him in because of options. So that's a very good signing for Arsenal. Eberechi is a left winger, and he can play in the left winger, and he can also play centre attacking midfielder if Odegaard is injured, and he can play centre attacking midfielder, and the guy who plays at left winger, Trossard or Martinelli, and Martinelli and Trossard are good players. They're just not consistently good enough. They're not consistent week in, week out. So yeah, and I think Eberechi will provide us also something. Not only will provide us something in attack, he will give them flair, he will give them creativity, he will give them, it will give them like something better in attack, something different in attack. Especially with Jokers playing a striker, I think Eze will help Jokers a lot. So yeah, I mean, you look at the Arsenal potential lineup for Arsenal. I mean, it's a very good lineup. You've got that likes of midfielder Odegaard. Let me get the you got Odegaard, you got Zubimendi, you got Rice, and then you got the top three. I don't think Arteta plays 4-3-3. Maybe he plays 4-3-3 like because if he wants Odegaard to drop back or dig deep, etc., pick the ball from the back and drop deep. He can play 4-3-3. He can play 4-2-3-1. But because like I said, Odegaard doesn't look like a player that plays at the centre attacking midfielder. He looks like a hard working centre midfielder. He defends, he tracks back, he does well job for the team. He's a lead, he's a great leader, as Arteta says. So yeah, and as you look at the squad, it's a very good squad. Like potential starting 11, especially Raya, Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Rice, Eze, Gyökeres, and Saka. That's a very good lineup, and that lineup looks serious. But the question is, and the real question is Mikel Arteta serious? Because can he get this squad over the line? Can he get this team over the line? Will he have the balls to make the big calls? Can he drop Odegaard? Because obviously we all know he loves Odegaard and he's the captain. Can he drop Odegaard to play Eze as a number 10? So I think at some point Eze will need to play as a number 10 because that will open up the glory in attacking wise that Arsenal need. But I also understand why Odegaard is the glue of this team. So we'll see and find out. Is Arteta serious? Let's see, because he hasn't proven yet that he can get them over the line. Arsenal, in terms of winning trophies and compete for winning the big titles. Arne Slot has proven he can do that. Guardiola's proved, of course. Maresca also. Can Arteta prove it? Yes or no? Let's see it. That's it. So very quality signing for Arsenal. Very very good. So Arsenal fans should be very happy. Julius Sesko is going to join Strasbourg now, but he's going to join Chelsea for a future move from Brighton. So yeah, because Strasbourg is kind of a sister club to Chelsea. So yeah, that's another signing. What Claudio Echeverri, yeah, has joined Bayer Leverkusen on a loan deal from Manchester City. That's a decent signing for Bayer Leverkusen, considering they've had lots of players this summer, leaving. So I think that's a decent signing for them. But I think I understand why City let him play on loan, because I think he wants to play and the World Cup's coming up, so he wants to be part of the Argentina squad. Frimpong suffered a hamstring injury confirmed by Liverpool and Arne Slot. He will be out until the end of international break, so he should should come back after the international break. Get well soon, Jim, and that's going to be huge blow for Liverpool, considering that they've got 2 games coming up. Newcastle, which that will be very very spicy, and with everything that's going on, and also Arsenal at home. Let's move on to today's Premier League game. How much time left I have? Yeah. West Ham versus Chelsea. West Ham, obviously they had a very very difficult start to the season, losing 3-0 to Sunderland. And the way they lost 3-0 to Sunderland was an embarrassment. Whereas Chelsea, they didn't have the best start. They drew 0-0 with Crystal Palace. Got a bit lucky with the Salah. Got a bit lucky they didn't lose the game because of the Salah goal from the pitcher Eze. And yeah, 0-0 draw, but they managed to they found it difficult breaking down a low block Crystal Palace. This time I think West Ham like to attack. Graham Potter likes to attack. They like to, create chances, have a goal. I think that might suit Chelsea, or will suit Chelsea, I should say. Yeah, I think Chelsea should win. It's away. West Ham fans are going to be up for it. Especially West Ham. I'm pretty sure West Ham fans are going to give Chelsea some a bit of stick, because I heard some of West Ham fans don't like Chelsea, because of London rivalry, or London rivals, of course. But yeah, let's hope it's not too serious. But yeah, West Ham, I think they should. I think Graham Potter's under pressure, considering they had a poor transfer window, in my opinion. He's going to be under pressure to deliver. So losing 3-0 away to Sunderland, like you can lose to them. You can get a draw to them away from home, because the fans were going to be off it. But 3-0, yeah, that's not acceptable. And they've got some tricky games coming up. West Ham, if you look at their games from, I would say from. They've got some difficult games, and they've got some games where they can get points, but they need to do that, because I think starting from the late November until the end of December, they've got really difficult games. I mean, they've got like Liverpool, United, City, Brighton, Aston Villa. So yeah, they've got really difficult, tough games. So they have to pick up the points now before the difficult games is gonna come up for West Ham. But Chelsea, it's important. It's going to be important. It's going to be very important for Chelsea to win this game, considering they didn't win the first game against Crystal Palace. It's not going to be easy for Chelsea, but I expect Chelsea to win. I'm going for a 2-0 win for the Club World Cup champions, Chelsea. So 2-0 win for Chelsea. That's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. I'm gonna make those predictions for another day. As I mentioned earlier in the video. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time, and goodbye.